What's up? It's the Burger Fox, though no longer a burger and barely even a fox. I'm finally back with a new self-drawn and rigged scuffed VTuber model. It has been a fat minute, about 3 months I believe. I just checked my last stream and I thought the last time I streamed was like 4 or 5 months ago, but apparently it's only been 3 and I was really surprised. Regardless, I haven't done anything with this channel for a while. If you can't tell, I'm reading a doc. But yeah, it's been a while since I last did anything with this channel. Uh, yeah, I tried streaming this yesterday, and I introduced myself as Borger Fox. And I was like, "Stupid! You aren't a fox anymore. You're barely even a Borger." Anyway, new character: the Demon Borger or the Borger Demon. Don't really have any Borger theme this time besides like the normal floating Borger above my head. That thing. Um. I've been thinking about changing my name to like an actual name instead of like Border Fox, but I don't really have any good ideas for that, so who knows? Maybe I'll ask a friend. I'll phone a friend. Anyways, today I want to talk about my model that I spent like 5 months making, and it took me that long because I was lazy and I procrastinated and I was being a good boy. I also want to talk about some things that I've done since I last streamed, as well as what I want to do with this channel for realsies this time. Because the last time when I first showed my Borger Fox model, I said I was gonna do some new things with this channel, and I didn't do that. So hopefully no cap this time. And that was kind of cap. uh, yeah, I usually like to stream on mornings where I have to send my sister to school, which is Thursdays, Fridays. Even though this is being recorded, but you know, because doing these kind of things just helps me stay up and in order to send my sister to school, or just gives me a reason to not be tired. But yeah, about my model, or first about my model, why I made this model in the first place. The reason I stopped streaming almost immediately after coming back for like a week back in August, was that when I came back with that Borger Fox model that I drew and rigged on my own for the first time. At the time, I was pretty proud of myself for it, because like I've never really picked up drawing in the past, and I definitely don't know how to use Live 2D, so getting any kind of result uh, was already exceeding my expectations. Um, but once I finished that and got back to streaming, I just became extremely disappointed in myself and the model. Like, yeah, it was my first time, and I was a virgin, and I still am, but the overall design was super basic. You can clearly tell that I just abused the symmetrical ruler, because everything is symmetrical besides the t-shirt. My biggest problem with the model was that the eye head XY values were messed up in the corners. Like, if you just see the movement of the eyes on that model, you'll tell when I move my head. I try to make it less noticeable on this model, but there's a little problem with it, but it's fine. It's not as noticeable, and as long as I don't like turn my head too much, it's fine. um, uh, Essentially, I took those 5 months off from streaming, or I guess there's not really. I did stream within 5 months, but I took those 5 months off to make myself less disappointed. Because as I said, I wanted to try to take things to the next step, but I didn't. Like, be a tiny bit more professional, do a little things that I had never done, but yeah, I didn't do any of those. But yeah, I couldn't do any of those things because like I don't want to do it with like a scuffed rig. Like, this one isn't that much better, but it's better. uh, and even if this new rig was worse, somehow worse, even though it's not my first time anymore. If it was somehow worse, at least this one is a male model, because if you watched my previous content, you know that I've been using a female character, female characters or PNGs for a while. But at least I won't be debating people with a female character and my voice anymore. Hopefully. um, but yeah, this model isn't amazing, but it's about the best I can get with my newbie drawing and rigging skills. But it's good enough for now. Hopefully I'll be satisfied with it. Hopefully I won't try to make a new one for at least like a year. Or hopefully I'll be satisfied with it for at least like 6 months. a little bit about the time it took me to make this. um, yeah, I wanted to do all the things that I couldn't or didn't do with the first rig, which is like um, adding more expressions, trying out the animation part within Live 2D, fixing the eye placements, adding more movement with like the limbs, because my limbs on the Borger Fox model did not move at all, or yeah, they basically didn't move at all besides like the breathing effect. And I'll show those expressions, all of that in a bit, but yeah, I spent just 4 months just brainstorming and sketching, believe it or not. For the line art, the coloring, shading, and the rigging, that all took like 20 days. Like coloring, line art, and coloring all took like 10 days, and then rigging took 10 days. So you kind of get an idea. I spent a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time just sketching. um, there is kind of a good reason for, not a good reason, but there is a reason for why I spent that much time, other than the fact that I was being lazy. But yeah, when I was brainstorming, that took about like 2 weeks. I didn't even start drawing anything. When I was brainstorming, I woke up one day, I went to go take a shower, and before I got into the shower, I was like, okay, I gotta think of something before I finish showering. So immediately, like 10 seconds after I stepped into the water, I'm like, I got it. Verb, I know what I'm gonna do today. I know what we're gonna do today. Verb, I know what we're gonna do today. I don't know how I got that wrong. I like flubbed up on my tongue. So basically, I knew I wanted some kind of like fantasy, like night style clothes, the stuff you see in like romance fantasy manhwa, cause that stuff is sexy. Military style clothes in general is sexy. But the main reason why I spent so long on the sketching is because I had a couple ideas that I just couldn't make happen. They were just like destined not to come into fruition in my hands. I just couldn't draw them or color them. The original idea, I had like military style like large overcoat that would be hanging from my shoulders. This cape right here that you see was literally a last second thing that I drew. I spent like a total of 10 minutes like drawing and coloring it. um, so that's why it's super basic, but it worked out. But yeah, one of the biggest ideas that or one of the big ideas that I spent the most time on was originally to go along with my like demon character was I wanted to have like an abyss or a gluttony theme to go along. Like the gluttony would have gone along with like my burger thing, because you know, burger food gluttony makes sense. Um, but yeah, with that idea, I wanted to have like a toggle where like within like the inside of the coat, because my coat wouldn't be buttoned up or anything or any. It basically looked like this cape right here, but within the inside of the coat, I wanted to have like a toggle where it like turn like black, and like eyes and teeth and stuff like that would like come out or like reveal itself, and then like within the sleeves of the coat that are just hanging from the side would come out like shadow arms or like a tentacle. I actually have a tentacle that I'd practice because I didn't know if I could draw it or not. Right here. This was just a practice tentacle, and I think it turned out pretty alright. It looks cool. um, yeah, not that the end result would have looked like that even if I finished it, but this was just for practice. Oh yeah, here's a full picture of my model. Yeah. But yeah, that was the original idea that I spent a lot of time trying to make happen, but I couldn't make happen. Um, I tried drawing like so many teeth and so many eyes, and it just looks stupid. So I just got rid of that idea, and like I had a, I finished the liner for the coat, but then I couldn't shade the coat. Like I had a base color, but I couldn't shade the coat to get like a good material to make it look like what I wanted it to look like. So I just got rid of it, and then since my character is really skinny, like if I do this, you can see I drew my character really skinny because I knew I was gonna have like a coat or something over, so that would take up more space. But if I didn't have the coat, I was like, what? I don't want to look like this. I don't want to have no nothing. So I drew the cape as the last second thing. And it turned out okay. Let me get rid of that border. What's next? But yeah, the little eyeball on the belt, like my waist belt, I was gonna have it be able to close, like toggle close and open, and when it opened, like it'd be default closed, and when it opened, it would come out with those like arms and tentacles and eyeballs and all the stuff. It would have looked so cool, man, if I could make it happen, but I can't. It would have taken a long time, but even if I could draw it, I probably wouldn't have been able to rig it properly, but it was a cool idea regardless. um so yeah, that's the reason why I spent so much time sketching. I was trying to make it happen, and it didn't. Um, yeah, I gotta go remember to cancel my membership with Live2D. I started rigging on the 19th of December, and it's a monthly membership. And yeah, I said it took me 10 minutes, or not 10 days. So I finished on the 29th of December. So I gotta go remember to cancel that because I don't got money. I also had to buy VTube Studio Pro on the Apple Store, man. What the hell? Oh yeah, I bought an iPhone. I was using a S7 like in the past. Now I have an iPhone, a new phone, and that's its own whole story. Essentially, I made a switch over because my S7 is 4 years old and it was acting up, so I decided to get a new phone. And yeah, now I have a good tracking phone. But yeah, VTube Studio Pro on both Apple and Google Play Store. Oh, what a waste of money. Not really, but maybe buy it twice. um, yeah, that's pretty much the story of why I made a new model. What I like and don't like is I'm really proud of the gold lining on my VTuber model, like on the top, or like on the shirt, because I am very intimidated by shading metallic things. Anything metal is beyond me, but the gold lining on this turned out pretty decent. I like it. Um, the black part of the hair is pretty decent too. That kind of happened on its own. I didn't really plan for that. I just added different color, and then I was like, oh, this looks good, so I kept it. What I would change or like go back to fix is the head Y angles, because like if I look up or I look down, it kind of looks derpy, but again, if I just don't turn my head too much, it's fine. And like the mouth rigging isn't perfect. Like there's like two different points where you can see like the red part of the mouth, or the inside, and it's not being covered up by the covers. But it's not terrible. I'm usually gonna be like really small in the corner anyway, so it's not a big deal. And like I was proud of myself for the mouth rigging too anyway, because like I have 25 keyframes just for the mouth. I think that's the standard, but I was proud of it because my Border Fox model only had like 3. It can only open and close and like be happy or sad, I think. Oh yeah, but yeah, the inspiration for like my theme and my colors is again, I've been reading a lot of fantasy romance webtoons, or I just been reading a lot of webtoons of all kinds, like manhwa and manga, and night style clothes in those fantasy romances really sexy. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling it that kind of style clothes because I don't know what to call it. The hair and eye color is inspired by a specific female protagonist from a romance manhwa in which she had pink hair and blue eyes. The title of that is The Princess's Double Life, and a lot of these female protagonists are so fine. That's kind of why I like try to base off my theme from that. But yeah, that protag had pink hair and blue eyes, and she was good looking. As for like again the process and rigging, the most frustrating part when I was rigging this was the horns and the expressions. Mainly because for the expressions I just had to keep going back because I kept thinking I was done, and then I'd realize something with the expressions went wrong, so I'd have to go fix it, and then I'd finish it again, and then export it all into like my VTube Studio files. Think I was done, and then realize something else was wrong, and then I did that like a total of 8 times, so that took a long time. And then the horns, I just didn't know what it was supposed to look like, so I kind of winged it. I also rigged my horns separately. I didn't like copy and paste because the end result turned out okay anyway, so or okay for my standards. So I just left it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show my expressions or my toggles. You saw this one. That's the first one. Blush, heart eyes. This is my favorite face. The half eye opened, burger top, blush, heart eyes. That's my favorite. Okay, what the hell? Okay. Sparkle eyes. I don't know what that's called. Surprise eyes. The angry mark. Oh yeah, I can change my arms. I just wanted cane. That's all I want. I also really like how the shading on the fingers look on on all four hands. I think I really became good at shading hands. I can get rid of that. I can get rid of my mascot as well. Oh yeah, let me show. I can get rid of my horns. Show the move. I really like how the head physics on the mask. It's not even the plush. I like the physics on the button and the head of the plush, especially the button, specifically the button. I have tears. Yeah, that. Ooh, yeah, I know you like this one. Oh, yeah, that's all my toggles. I think that was like 13 or something. But yeah, what I did in this past like couple months, like 4-ish months, my sleep schedule right now is really bad. I'm going to sleep anywhere from like 6 a.m. to like 11 a.m. and I'm waking up anywhere from like 4 p.m. to like 9 p.m. So amazing, right? I also have gaming earbuds. They're like Logitech, like $40 ones on Amazon. They're pretty decent. I can play games and listen to music, and it's still fine. I went to the bar for the first time, and that was fun. I threw up in the bathroom. Thankfully, no one was in the bathroom. It was one stall, one urinal, one sink, and thankfully, during the time that I threw up, no one was in there. And that was a fun experience. I went on an airplane flight for the first time. I said I went to Cedar Point like back in October, and that was, and like when we got to the hotel that we were staying at, like before, like near the airport before we were gonna fly back, like my older sister and I were gonna fly back. We got into the hotel, and it's like 11:50 p.m. It's almost midnight. I'm brushing my teeth, and like the sink's out in the room. It's not in the bath. It's not in like a bathroom or anything. So like I'm brushing my teeth, and then I start hearing like some noises. I like hearing like a movement noise, like something shaking basically. I'm like, after like 30 seconds, like I looked at my sister, my oldest sister, and after like 30 seconds, I was like, are they doing the deed? Is that the deed? And like I whispered it too. I whispered it pretty quietly, but the room and like everything was so quiet that like my whisper sounded loud. And like I think the rooms were just like the walls were like thin. Like it wasn't even like a cheap hotel either, like that cheap of a hotel. Like everything looked nice, but Um, it's like that happened for like they went on for like after like midnight, like 15 minutes or so. So like longer than I would have lasted. But after that, like I went to sleep and then woke up at like 9, like almost 10 a.m. and I think they resumed. I was like, damn, stamina. But um must be nice. But yeah, I woke up to that. Like, they were in the room. They were in the room above us too. So, by the way, but yeah, that was my first time experiencing something like that. I've never witnessed, seen, or heard anything like that in my life until now. That was an interesting experience. Um, but I'm, they knew what they were doing. You were, they were, the movie was so loud. Even if the walls were thicker, that definitely would have been heard. Um, but oh yeah, I got COVID for the first time. I got the Moderna shot like within the very first week that like vaccines came out. But other than that, I didn't get the booster shot or anything. Um, so that's all I have for in terms of like safeguards or like prevention, or like vaccine. So I got COVID uh like a week and a half after Cedar Point, because my the weekend after we came back from Cedar Point, my parents and my older sister went to a funeral, and then like when they came back like on the Monday, like 2 days after that, that Wednesday, my mom came home sick from work because she got COVID, and then like a week after that, everyone in the house got COVID. So that was great. My symptoms were pretty tame. Like the first 4 hours, like the first night, the first 4 hours, I had a headache and like it was like pretty, pretty standard bad fever symptoms. Like I was feeling cold, but my body was hot, and then like I had a headache, and I was just trying to sleep. But after those four first hours, I was I was not really feeling anything anymore. I'd like after that, I'd rate like the symptoms like maybe a 1.5 out of 10. Just like if you just don't count those 4 first hours. So it wasn't too bad for me. Um, yeah, New Year's resolutions. I wasn't expecting to take this long to come back to streaming, but since New Year's, I wanna go back to being a good boy and stop procrastinating. I need to get back to like studying, self-studying Japanese, doing vocal exercises, practicing drawing, all that good stuff. I need to lose weight too, because I said before, like in 2021, I lost like 20 pounds, like 22 pounds, and then like when I was working that part-time job to get this PC back in like late 2021, um to like early 2022, I regained 15 of those like 22 pounds. So hopefully I'll lose a couple more pounds to go back down. I do have an intro screen idea because I don't right now. I'm just using the old like Borgard Fox assets that I made previously, but I do have like an intro screen idea. If I can draw it correctly, if it even comes out okay, I'll use it. But if not, the one I have is okay, I guess. Oh yeah, I want to swear less. It's not gonna happen, but you know, I'll fucking try. But yeah, I made tonkatsu for the first time like a month ago. Pork cutlet, like fried pork cutlet. Turned out good. I bought the wrong kind of pork loin. I bought the one with the bone in it, so I spent a lot of time cutting it because I'm not that great with a knife. Like I can cut vegetables fine, but like trying to cut just the meat and like get all the bone out. I'm not good enough for that, and I didn't want to like. I tried to get as precise as possible, but I wasn't good enough. Um, so I spent a lot of time doing that, but the end result was pretty good. Um, my whole family said it was good, uh, and I made enough for everyone too. So everyone got at least two. I had like four to myself because those extra. uh, Call me a chef. I also made like shrimp and bell pepper stir fry, and turned out good. uh, everyone only had one serving because I thought it made a lot, but apparently it was only enough for everyone to get one serving. I guess everyone liked it. um, yeah, I've been itching to play some games that aren't Apex and League because that's all I've been really playing. Because I just been itching to play like some games for like story or anything. Like I bought Scarlet Nexus like a month and a half ago or something. I only installed it. I never touched it at all. So and I still need to go back and play Elden Ring. Last time I played it was the last time I streamed it. It was a long time ago. So and I probably won't even stream that. I'll probably just play offline and try to beat it as soon as possible whenever. Yeah. I heard that the Apex ranked next season or the next split is gonna be Olympus, so maybe I'll try to get Diamond again, even though I'm trash and I've barely been playing. uh, yeah. What I want to do from now on is hopefully I'll try to stream at least once a week. Probably not gonna happen. Probably just stream whenever I want, but you know, since I've been wanting to play games, maybe I'll stream a little more often for a while. I also want to. I said this before, but I wanted to try streaming on Twitch again. Um, just like try to stream both on YouTube and Twitch, but that would just depend on if I'm like feeling satisfied with this model. Like if I think I'll be satisfied with this model for a little while at least. So maybe I'll stream on Twitch after streaming on YouTube for a little while, but who knows? Yeah, just think about that. I'll think all of that after I've finished doing all the other things I want to do, like finishing that intro screen and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I try to speak a little faster, or I try to speak a little quickly, because it's not really that much things to talk about, and some topics I want to talk about like during stream. Because if I don't have these topics to talk about, I'm just gonna not talk. I need to get back to figuring out how to talk too. Because I tried to stream this. I actually tried to stream this yesterday actually, and I had like the doc and everything, but I was just like, even with the doc, I was like flubbing up all my words, and like I haven't really talked with anyone lately either, so I need to. And I haven't streamed, so I don't have my my skills with talking on stream is at a down low. And the last time I talked with anyone on Discord was like on Thanksgiving, so I haven't been playing with anyone. No one wants to play with me. But yeah, in about a week or so, I'll probably like first stream is probably gonna be like Phasmo, because that's like the simplest thing to stream. And I haven't played that since that big update with the custom mode. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for now. I don't really. I think that's about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and end. I will see. Well, you probably won't watch any more of me, but I will stream something within the next week or so. All right. See ya.